Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero. We are back again, showing yet another reason why Ethan Van Sciver is an absolute failure. It is absolutely amazing how you can sit up here, make the Cyberfrog 3 campaign, you absolutely fluff it with extra materials from things like Dark Harvest, which was another campaign you had, with these collected editions you have on there that are hardcover, and then you sit up here and look as if you've only sold about 2,500 books, and I'm being nice about that number. It's probably a little bit lower than that, but I'm being very nice about that number. And yet you still couldn't even crack Horseman numbers on your campaign, and it's been over a year since you launched Cyberfrog 3 Red Extermination. But then on top of that, you had these action figures that you claimed they're never going to decrease in value, that they're never going to go down, that you're never going to sell them cheaper anywhere else. Well, we're going to show you that that's not the case. That Big Bad Toy Store indeed has an overstock of your trash action figures. But first, we'll start here with Bloodruth number 1 with 8,845 books sold, closing in on 500k. Now, as I said, 2,500 books sold for Cyberfrog 3 Red Extermination. Again, I'm being very nice on the number. And you've had the campaign up for over a year, and yet you can't even touch Bloodruth number 1 numbers as far as books sold. It is absolutely hilarious. People are getting in their books from Vaughn and Coleman as well, so people are really enjoying this. We'll talk about that in a different video. But as you can see right here from Student of God that says, just take it, Big Bad Toy Store undercuts Ethan. They're stuck with product that they cannot sell. So you can see right here that these products are 50% off of the blood-splattered Cyberfrog, $53, 30% off for the Voyager Vespis, 50% off the Vespis Soldier, 40% off the modern Cyberfrog, and 40% off the 90s Cyberfrog. You can see this is what he's selling them for over on his eBay store, which is hilarious. You got 90 people that wasted their money on this trash when they could have just waited, right? They could have absolutely just waited to get their Vespis and create their little weirdo Vespis army, gotten it for $53 instead of $75 plus shipping and plus tax that they would have to pay on eBay. They actually could have got it for half the price with shipping as well, because Big Bad Toy Store has a flat rate shipping of $4. It's absolutely hilarious. But then you try to sit here with Dark Grift and the Moist Back trying to wave a white flag for Eric July, for a truce with Eric July. Meanwhile, it's a one-sided beef that he really doesn't concern himself with. He doesn't concern himself with you at all. All he does is do his own thing and create successful campaigns like Bloodruth number 1 and Horseman number 1, and continues to sell the product after the fact. So let's get into this clip. It's not a war against Eric July. It's a one-sided beef that Eric does not concern himself with at all, because he just lets EvS talk and talk and talk and put himself into a hole.
I've declared peace. I've declared peace against them. The Etsy boys or whoever they are. I declare peace against Eric July. All of this stuff. It's Christmas time.
Yeah, so you're using Christmas as an excuse to supposedly have a truce with Eric July. We'll see how long that lasts. It's not going to last too long, because at the end of the day, majority of your money comes from super chats. It does not come from your comic sales. It does not come from your merch sales. It comes from your super chats, from your little actual pay pigs who pay you to talk crap about other people because they have nothing else better to do with their money or their lives. But again, I'm going to say this because I'm sure somebody will make a comment. I don't care what you spend your money on as a grown adult. You do what you want. That's on you. But you can see the product store page right here, so you can see that this is legit. It's not a Photoshop. It's not fake. These obviously aren't on sale, but these are. And these are this is one of the variants that came with the extra variants, like the Electric Blue and the Deathfly Killer variants of Cyberfrog, that are on sale for 50% off. But it's interesting how you had this Dark Harvest campaign where you were doing this, you were doing all these things, but then you had to fluff your campaign with, of course, action figures. Of course, these action figures are not available on this campaign anymore. It's interesting how that makes sense. Now all of a sudden you don't have those available, because you know you could just sell it on your eBay store, or you probably found out that your stuff is on a clearance rack over on Big Bad Toy Store, where they should be. Your figures should be on a clearance rack, because you're selling figures for a comic that many people still don't even have. People are still waiting for Cyberfrog 2 to be fulfilled. They're still waiting for their Cyberfrog 2 to be fulfilled. That's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for their Cyberfrog 2 stuff to be fulfilled because you are a lazy bum, you are a scumbag, you spend all your time talking about other people's successes, talking crap about other people actually putting in the work, talking about people that are putting in the grind. That's what you're really about. And that's the most hilarious part about all of this. You're fluffing this with Salamandroid 2, you're fluffing this with Dark Harvest, you're fluffing this with a collected edition of Blood Honey and Wreck Planet. That's what you're really doing. And like I said, over a year that this campaign has been live, you couldn't even break 500,000 in the campaign duration. And it's been a year later, and you've gained maybe somewhere a little over 2,000 backers, right? You got a little over 2,000 backers more since you launched this campaign. And again, you couldn't even break Horseman number 1 numbers, although you were pocket watching the entire time that the Horseman number 1 campaign was going on. That's exactly what you were doing. You were pocket watching for some weird reason. Remember that time Ethan made a crappy Wasp action figure that nobody wants and is stuck with a wanted product? Yeah, I remember that. Everybody remembers that. Oh, how the Star Wars toy sales have turned. Big Bad Toy Store can't sell that crap either. You got Mike Miller laughing at you, you got Cam laughing at you. I love how that Wasp looks like it's taking a piss, much like what EvS did to his backers. I remember when they acted like Eric July was a horrible person for doing a sale. Oh yeah, don't you remember that? When they were acting like Eric July was such a horrible person when he did a $5 sale. If they don't sell, they go to Ollie's where other figures end up before going to a landfill. A mainstream audience is not interested in a niche market. Bad day for Ethan. Ollie's in 2025. Aren't sales bad? I've been told they screw over the customers who bought on release. Oh yeah, they do. They absolutely do. And I say he says this while hanging around other grifters. Grifter. It's awesome how Eric didn't even acknowledge Ethan at all in this one-sided war and still won. Declare peace but went after Yellow Flash the other day. Does anyone take what this tart says seriously? Eric has ignored Ethan since the start of his one-sided war. Him declaring peace is hilarious. The absolute nerve of this diabetic planetoid saying, "It's Christmas time, chill out," is infuriating. This man declared war on Ripperverse and would have danced on its grave had it failed. EvS inviting Eric to the back of the pizza parlor so he can do to him what he's doing to this crack pipe.
They're doing crack!
It's afraid. There's no way I can take anything that guy says seriously. His history has shown that. It won't last long. Eric will kick his ass in comics regardless. So yeah, you're getting completely roasted. And I hope you watch this video because just to continue to show you how much of a failure you really are while trying to say other people are failing and you're sitting here waving white flags against someone who never declared a war against you, never cared about you at all, and distanced himself from you, and rightfully so, because you're an absolute joke to the indie comic scene. You're an insult to what indie comics should be. And honestly, I hope you fade into obscurity. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button, comment below if you feel about all this, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on this channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.